Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
So this is one of the haboos who just shed and is right there to grab her treat. This is a Sashikima haboo, Protobothrops elegans, or the elegant pit viper. They're only found in Asia, the Japanese islands, eastern China. Very, very beautiful snakes. I think the first person to breed them was my friend Alex in the United States, and I think he's successfully bred them more than once. I have all females, so I'm not breeding them, but it's nice to know that someone who I consider to be quite competent has done a nice job and bred this particular species. So we'll just leave her alone to consume her rat and go on to other critters that need to be fed. Just to mix things up for this Rhino Viper, we'll give her a chicken check. We saw the pupil dilate, we saw her inch a bit forward, and slam. And well, she didn't detach the head partially. You know, that usually happens when they're frozen, and I'm trying to pull them apart because they're packed in the bag pretty tightly. But knowing her, that won't stop her from eating it. So we'll just let her go. Hey, Viperkeeper here. My friend Dustin at scaleboxes.com, I've featured his trap box design on a previous video. We had a discussion on, you know, it's my opinion, but I think it's a valid point, that snakes like, you know, dark places to hide. And if you're going to have a trap box, it should be totally opaque. Although I do see there's advantages of being able to look in through the top and make sure that, you know, your snake is in there, hasn't dropped a pile of eggs, used it as a nesting box, or hasn't really crapped it up. It definitely has some advantages, and other designs that I've had have had a flop down lid to cover the clear plexiglass so it's dark inside. However, my discussions with Dustin led to him sending me a replacement lid for the plexiglass. So I'm going to unscrew the screws and remount the lid and the solid lid in its place, and we'll see how this works. So I'm going to pause the video now because you don't need to see me unscrewing, you know, a dozen screws or so. Everybody knows how that works. Okay, I removed the first clear piece of plexiglass. He does very good work. I did note that some of the hole patterns are slightly different on these, but it's okay. I can re-drill them. It's tough to see because this is black and I have a red Sharpie, but I marked the holes that already match up, and the important holes for alignment are the perfect matches. So the other ones that are not matched I will get a small drill and drill a pilot hole so the screw gets started properly. These others, I can probably just get them started. That one's a match. Let's go all the way over here and get this one started. And that way, I don't know if you could see it, it's sort of self-centered. And those are the important ones because that's where the groove is that the door runs. And yes, I can still lock it. So these are sort of the pivotal alignment screws. So let's go over to this side and put these in, and again I'll go across the box just to make sure that everybody's tightening up okay. Everything's a thing of beauty. He's done another great job at this. Again, it's scalebox.com is his website. He makes really nice trap boxes. I haven't tried his reptile enclosures, but I am absolutely certain that his enclosures are as good as his trap boxes, and I will be in the market for some enclosures sometime soon. I just want to make it clear that I purchased these myself, you know, whatever his website price was. I'm doing this just to promote a good product. I get no financial gain out of it. Plus, you know, he was good enough to listen and make these custom covers for me. So, you know, I just want people who keep, especially venomous snakes, the really dangerous fast elapids or bothrobs. These are ideal enclosures to keep your animals in, so it makes it safer and easier to clean and service their enclosure without coming in contact with the animal, having to hook it out, put it in the bin. All these places are where accidents can happen. So I'm not going to have you hang out while I put the pilot holes in and the rest of the screws and then change all these others. He sent all the lids for all the ones that I purchased. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But thanks very much, Dustin. You make some good products and you support your products very well. So right now we're going to offer the Angolan garter snake, a gecko. Oh, here he is. Hey. That's the problem is, you know, he's a sandworm and he drags it back under. I offered him a mouse the other day, a pinky mouse. He wasn't really interested, but he's very interested in geckos, which are unfortunate because, you know, I just contacted my supplier that I buy, you know, bulk geckos from, and they're out of stock, and maybe next week they'll get a shipment in. I certainly hope so. Otherwise, he's going to be a very hungry little snake. Oop, there's his little tail. I feel like tweaking it, but I'm not. Oops. All right, so let's let him eat. The female, you know, used to eat pink mice also, but she's been preferring geckos. I won't risk. I changed out the water dish.
Doesn't she usually hide under that?
Yeah, but I don't think that has enough space for her to hide under. Oh, but
there she is.
But there's her head.
You can see her moving back there.
Oh yeah, she's not happy with me. She's not as oop.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's definitely, she's not happy. I'm still touching you, yes, but I'm not putting my hands in there now. I think the head is back there. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put the gecko on top. And if she's hungry enough, she will seek it out. That's the best I can do for that. Now, we have a couple other gecko feeders. You know, animals don't always eat what you want, or don't eat what you start them off at. This captive born 1220, December 20th, baby leucogaster that was bred and hatched out here doesn't like all of a sudden, even though it was raised up on mice, you can see it's a bit excited about the prospects of a gecko. Come on, you better grab it, buddy, before it gets away. You gonna take it, huh? Alright. Normally he just snags it and that's the end of it, but these geckos have been in the freezer for a while and may not be so appealing, but we're just going to leave that in here. With the exception of the first one, I'm sort of striking out here. Now, one of Rocket's babies, number 6 here, seems to be doing pretty well. As you can see, there's a shed there. She's been taking geckos right off the forceps, but probably today she will not. Good. Okay, come on. I'm not interested in playing. You can see her coordination is not the best on the planet. Come on. Take your gecko. Oh, there's a dried out gecko that she didn't eat. Alright, well, this one's going down the hatch. We get the old dried up gecko that she didn't take out. So that's one of Rocket's babies, and, you know, unfortunately, you know, these are not animals that I can, you know, vend out to anybody who might want to buy an insularis, because they're sort of special needs animals, and you know, I might have some friends that would be happy to foster them because they take a little bit advanced care than your normal insularis. Like, you know, all of the babies from 2020, with the exception of the holdbacks, the 4 holdbacks, they're off at new homes doing well. They were well started. They ate and stuff. But these guys, you know, they're not quite right. The other guys, you let it go, maybe you'll eat it. The other guys, 1, 2, the other 2 that are surviving are doing much better, but I'm still cannula feeding those. So that'll do it. Our mouse feeders are waiting for their mice. So we'll get on to that. Thud, of course, thinks he's starving to death. Mr. Brown shed, and he got a chick just a little while ago.
There's the chow hound.
Yes, he will eat the ass out of a dead skunk, I think. Okay. Pink was hiding in her log last week.